Let your heels start. Hi, Catherine. Hi, everybody. Let your feet start on the floor, and we'll go up and down and bridge. So this is a way to wake up the back and activate the glutes and the hamstrings. So curl your low backs up and then down. We'll take 10 of these. Add your breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. You want to try to feel like your low back presses to the floor before it goes up in the air. You want to feel like your hips are level. And then we're going to stay up on this one. So just check that your hips are level. Hold 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're waking up the back and the hamstrings. 7, 8, 9. Lower down, and then to add on, you can lift up one leg in the air. Point that leg so it's got intention towards the sky. Lower your hips all the way, and then lift your hips up. So keep going for 10 repetitions. The leg in the air is pointing towards the sky. The other one is doing the single bridge by itself if you can. You're going all the way down to the floor, sacrum to the floor, and then lifting up. Now the other leg is going to go down and the other leg is going to go up. Point the toes towards the sky. Go all the way down. Sacrum hits the floor. Try to lengthen the knee. It might be hard at first because we're just waking up the hamstrings. So if you need to softly bend, that is just fine. Otherwise, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. Now the feet are down and you're going to push your feet a little further away, either on the roller or on the floor. So now you have more of an obtuse angle. Lift up so it's a more open bridge. You're going to feel it a little differently on your hamstrings. We're doing 10 of these lifts. You're going to feel a little different on your hamstrings. That's it. Either floor or roller. Now stay up in the air for 10. The hamstrings will feel a little different, the glutes, and then lower down, and we're going to do a third angle. So the best you can around your dog, you're going to put your legs longer on the floor or the roller, and then you're going to go up and down, 10 repetitions. Your knees are very long now, and you're soft in the knees. So 10 reps, up and down. Now on the 10th one, stay up there. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then lower. Now on this one, we're going to either legs long on the floor or on the roller. You're going to come up and over your legs. So this is called the roll up. And notice I'm trying not to throw the arms. If this is not an option for you, you can always take more bridges. Good, so we're just going to do a handful of these. Good, I like it. Up and down. Notice how we're trying to control it. Up, touch, if you can. Down, 1 more. And your options are either do bridges, or this time we're going to add a knee bend. So knees bend towards you as you come up, and then knees go away from you as you go down. Just 4. Good, so the modification would be bridges, which those are really something you can do every day. Those are really good for us, so we don't get gluteal amnesia. Curl, which leads to back pain. 1 more. The last one we're gonna do before we change it up, so either do bridges or come up and your arms go to your right, your knees go to your left. You can do this on the floor or with the roller. Go down, knees go right, arms go left, come back down, knees go left, arms go right. Now go back down, lie all the way down, and then up. Nice job, guys. All right, grab a sip if you need it, and then we're gonna do belly down. So actually my sip's over here. We're gonna do belly down swans. On the floor or on the roller. So I'm gonna show it on the floor first. Your legs are long. Lift up your torso without your hands helping. So you see how I'm hovering. And then if you can add on, put your hands on the floor and go up higher. Now hold that position for 10, 2, 3. Yep, you got it. 4, 5. I like it, Catherine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can do the same thing, or if you have your roller and you want to do it that way, you can. Inhale, come up. So you're either on the hands on the floor or hands on the roller. 10, 2, this is for upper back. It prevents rounded upper back and rounded upper shoulders. Lower it. Now we're going to do this one more time, either hands on the floor or arms on the roller. Come up and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good. Now lower. I'm going to have us put our hands beside our thighs, our hips. Go up in the air in the torso. The arms are up. The toes are up. Probably the knees are off the floor as well. Now every time you inhale, you're going to go up a little bit. 2, 3, 4. Lower for a moment, and then interlace your fingers if you can. If your shoulders won't allow you, just leave your hands there beside your hips. Interlace your fingers on your low back, lift up your arms, lift up your back, lift up your toes. 10. And relax. If you interlaced, take the fingers in the other way. So if your right pinky's on the outside, now your left pinky is. Lift up. Hold. 10. Inhale. Now on the exhale, either a child's pose or curl your toes, push up, and then do a down dog. You choose. Relax for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come down to a forearm plank. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Hold the plank. Feel your belly pull in. You're doing great. Neck is soft. Head's withdrawn. So your ear's in line with your shoulder. Good. Strong knees. Heels straight up and down. Inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to turn and do a side plank. So your feet can be stacked, which is harder, or if you need a modification, stagger the feet. Spread out that hand. This is good for the nervous system to put the hand flat on the floor. 10, 2, 3, good. 4, stretch. 5, 6, feel this core. 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to lower the hip and we're going to go to the other side. Lift up, stretch out through the hands. Good. Hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Now we're going to do a reverse plank. You can put your hands behind you, fingers towards you, and lift up your hips. Another modification is to have the knees bent, which is called reverse table. I'm going to show the longer legged one. So lift up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, hips up. 6, 7, good. 8, 9, and then lower your hips. We're just going to massage the hands for a moment. So interlace your fingers, roll the hands. They do so much for us, so we're going to give them a little attention. And then let your hands be in prayer pose and separate the hands until you feel a stretch. That helps prevent that curling in of the hands. Ooh, good. You'll see this as an exercise for stroke patients too. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do a little bit more with that plank. So we're going to go on the forearms. And once you're here in plank, the option is that you lift your hips and push them back. And this is called dolphin, and then you come back into a plank. Now you lift the hips and push the hips up and back, calf stretch, come into a plank. Lift your hips, push back, and then come into plank. And again, up and back, and come into plank, up and back. And let your inhale come through the nose. We're doing 3 more after this one. So here we go. 3. And you want strong mind, strong thoughts now. Good. 1 more. Now on this one, let your pelvis rest. This position is called Sphinx. And if you can, press your hands into the floor and go higher. 1, 2, good. Stretch out. 3. Anytime you need a child's pose, though, you're fine to do that. And then lower down. Nice job. Now, this one is going to be bend the right knee. See if you can find that foot. Bend the left knee. See if you can find that foot. If not, we're going to do it twice. Lift up, bow pose. 10, 2, good. And if you can only reach one foot, don't worry, we're going to do the other foot in a moment. Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, looking good, Polly. All right, let go. Now we're going to do the other foot or do a second set with both feet. Here we go. Come up. 10. Yay. It does get better. That's awesome. 5, 4. You can tell how this is a great posture. 4, posture. It opens up the front body, strengthens the back body. And then rest into a child's pose. I'm going to have us pull our toes under. That way the feet get a stretch. They do a lot for us. And when they're flexible, they help us with low back pain prevention. 5. And then come into a cat-cow. Now, cat-cow is a classic exercise for good back care prevention, or if you wake up and your back's a little tight. You'll see dogs do this when they get up from a nap. So cat-cow, you'll see goats do this before they have baby goats too. So cat-cow, curl. Now, if you would like to add on, curl your toes, lift up your knees. This is called hover or the beast, and continue your cat-cow. This is going to add more strength. If you need more flexibility today and mobility, keep your knees down. If you want one more level of strength, go into down dog. Lift your heels, articulate through your lower back, middle back, upper back, and do an up dog. Strong inhale, and then tuck your chin, articulate through your upper back, middle back, lower back, heels down. Lift your heels, lower back, middle back, upper back, like a wave, like you're undulating. Inhale, tuck the chin, upper back, middle back, lower back. So your options are cat-cow, knees off the floor, cat-cow, the beast, or this down dog, up dog articulation. Breathe in. Good. Tuck, upper back, middle back, lower back. And 2 more of whatever you're doing. Articulate through your spine. Inhale. Tuck the chin. 1 more. Lift. Lower, middle, upper back. And then upper back, middle back, lower back. And then child's pose. When you're in child's pose, bend the elbows, pat yourself on the back for a little tricep stretch. And then come on up. Nice. And we'll take 1 wrist stretch here. So fingers down, pull your fingers down and drop the shoulders. So you should feel, that's it. You should feel the top of the arm. Now pull your fingers down and do the other one. Good. So we're just doing a forearm stretch. If you use your hands a lot, this will feel really good. And why don't we'll just do the other side while we're here. Good. So you're stretching out your hands. Drop your shoulders and try the other one. Woo. Nice. Shake that out, grab a sip. We're going to do a set of push-ups, but we're going to do them Pilates style, and then we're going to do them calisthenic style. So if you can, stand up without using your hands. Your modification is to do push-ups on the wall. But if you can, go up, exhale, hands down. So you notice I bent my knees a little bit for my hamstring tightness. Walk out. And then you could walk out to your knees. You could walk out to your toes. And then do 3 push-ups integrated. So you're like a piece of plywood from crown to heel. Now, you're going to do a down dog. Walk your hands back. This is a Pilates push-up. And then you're going to come up. Breathe in. Go into a back bend. Standing back bend. Good. Exhale. Come back down. Now walk your hands. As you walk your hands, your shoulder blades are down the back. You're not in the neck. Go out to your push-up. Could be on the knees. Could be on the toes. Bend 3 times and straighten. Push your hips up and back like a down dog. Walk your hands. You're doing great. Keep the shoulders down. So right here, I softened my knees from my hamstrings. So if you need to, that's okay. Go into a back bend, standing back bend. And exhale, go down. Hands to the floor. Walk out while the shoulder blades are down the back. Go to your toes or your knees. Bend. Hips back. Good. We're doing 2 more sets. And if you do need another modification, just do these on the wall. Breathe in. So the idea is your brain is getting a benefit. Walk out. You're doing this pattern during exercise, which helps keep the brain healthy. It doesn't get as much blood flow as the other organs. So 3, 2, 1. Push the hips back. Almost done. That was the 4th set. Go inhale, lift up, back bend. Last set. Do what you need. Stay strong though, mentally. Whatever you're doing, you're there. Wherever you are, there you are. Confucius, go with all your heart. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hips up and back. Walk, walk, walk. And then go all the way up. Woo! Grab a sip. Good job. Nice job. Grab a sip. Really good. You're doing great. I'm going to add a little, this is Warrior 3 in yoga, but it's also Pilates. So lift and spread your toes. And then try to hinge your leg back as your torso goes forward. Now, if you have the hamstring flexibility to go to parallel, go for it. Find a place. Now, whenever you find that place, we're going to do 10 hip extensions with the back leg. Tap the floor with your toes and then lift your leg again. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now on the 10th one, come back as a unit. Whoop, I came back a little fast. Good, so we're working on balance hamstrings. Lift your other leg. Go to the place where you feel like it's as close to parallel as you can. Long back. Here we go. 10, tap the toes, lift the leg. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, hinge back. Let the feet down. Really good. Now, this is a chair squat. Sit in a chair and find that each leg is equal. So 50%. A little trick I like to do sometimes to just check a certain objective is the fingertips can touch the floor. See if you can do that and hold. Good. Neck is soft. Yep, 10. And you're trying not to touch the floor by folding forward. You're trying to touch it by dropping your glutes. So 10, 2, sorry, got to start over. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, just a little touch. 9. Now come back up. Let your blood pressure settle. If you're like me, it takes a moment. Come back down. All right, now this is a goddess squat. So I'm trying to hit 90 degrees. Catherine, if you need a higher for your knee, do it. Good. So if you have any knee issues, you don't want to avoid the knee flexion, but you don't want to hurt it. So find that place. You're going to feel like your knees are opening. 10. Good. See if you can go 90. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, it's burner. 9, and then 10, and then come back up. Nice job. Grab a sip. You're doing great. And I'm going to give us calf raises so that you have a backup. So this is calf raises. Calf raises are something you can do everywhere. When I'm pumping gasoline, I'm doing calf raises. It's nice for the vascular system too. Helps get, if you're at a long trip, helps get blood flow back up so your ankles don't get puffy, right? All right, so now we're going to do a single. So I'm doing this as a layering. Do 6 on one leg and I'll show you why in a minute, and then 6 on the other. So sometimes you notice one's a little weaker. All the toes have equal weight. Now, you can do calf raises, or you can do what's called pogo. It's for pliancy and elasticity, something we don't want to lose with age or time, like a cat. So notice how that feels. If you need to do calf raises, do that. So this is pogo. Good, so you're here for the pliancy. Now, if you want, add on big jumps. So if you can, go as high as you can. This builds bone density. You're gonna go up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Should got your heart rate up. Now we're gonna go down without using our hands. Hot dog, grab a sip. You're doing great. Nice job. We're gonna go belly down, and you notice your heart rate, that's good. It's good for the brain. Go down. This is a bigger back extension of lever. So take your arms like a Y and get ready to inhale your arms, your torso, and your legs up, and then lower. If that's too hard, put your hands near your hips. Inhale, lift, arms, legs, and lower. Inhale, lift, and lower. And 5, and lower. 6, lower. 7, lower. 8, lower. 9, lower. And 10. Now, either a child's pose or push yourself back into a down dog to rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to lie on the side. This is called frontal plane work. So we want to work out the different planes of our body. This is a frontal plane. So we don't do this too much in life. But this is your abs or your obliques that you want to feel. Lift up both legs. We're going to offer 10. I'm going to offer it in layers. If you're doing okay with that and you want to add on, you could add on the upper body. Lift your armpit off the floor. Now, if it's too hard, just put your fingers here and help that out. So it's 10 legs or 10 legs and upper body at this point. Now you're on your side. Keep going. I'm going to show you one that you put together. Option, you can do a banana boat where you come up for 5. Come back down. Exhale up. Notice I'm trying not to throw my arms violently to get this done. I'm trying to use my abs and integrate my body to work together. Now one more of whatever you're doing. Come up, hold that V. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let your feet down. I'm going to turn so that I can see your pretty faces, and you can turn whichever way you want, but just make sure you do the other side. So the arm is like a pillow at first. We did 10 of these leg lifts, double leg lifts. I've got to move this mic because it's on my hip. Okay. Now you want to feel like these muscles are working. Now the option was the upper body. Now because I'm putting the arms up, that's a long lever. If that's too hard, shorten one of your levers and help. So all you do is just change your levers for body exercises, harder or easier. Now you could do the lower, you could do the upper, or you could integrate it. Banana boat. Another trick you can do is bend those knees. That'll shorten that lever, especially if you have really long legs or really muscular solid legs. That's another trick. Just bend those knees and just see. Do what you need to modify or abbreviate. Use your hands on the floor if you need. I'm going to have us do one more of whatever you're doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job. Take a breather. Grab a sip. We're going to do some triceps now. And if you need a modification, you can do wall push-ups. You could also do an elastic tubing overhead press So put your feet flat on the floor and put your hands behind you. Now, sometimes I'm gonna have a start tricepy, and then I'm gonna do my tiny little speech. So I know I do a lot on the forearms, but we do want some stimulus on the wrist, because if we do fall, we do want those bones to have been accustomed to stress, meaning bone density. So we do want some bone density. We do want a little bit of, quote, stress on the wrist. If it is just too hard for you, do something else like a push-up on the wall. Now, the option here, lift a leg, bend the elbows, and push. 1, 2. Now, you see I'm going to try to lift the hips up. 3, 4. If that's too hard, yep, you can do just the hands lifting you up. That a girl. Now do 10 on the other, or wall push-ups, or all 4 push-ups. 2, lift your hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now we're gonna do a little stretch. I'm gonna sit, you can sit any way you want. One is cow face. Try to catch 4 fingers, or use a Dynaband if you need to. And then hit the other side and add your breath through your nose. That elbow up. Good. Notice how your ribs are over your pelvis. You want them over it. Breath is full. I like to play a game where I try to get my heart rate down quickly with the long inhale. Now both hands are behind you. Prayer pose. Push your palms together if they will go, and open up the elbows. Yep. So you have this prayer pose stretch. Just do the best you can. It will get easier. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and then 1. Now, just shake it out. We're gonna do 1 ulnar nerve. So thumb to first finger like you're making the OK symbol. Flip your fingers towards you. This is also a neural exercise. And try to make goggles with your thumb and your first finger. Lift your elbows. Good. That's also for ulnar nerve. Your 3 fingers are catching your jawbone if you can, Catherine. And 5, yep, 4, 3, 2, let it go. Nice. Go back to a plank with me. We're going to do a challenge of 1 minute. And when you're ready, the 1 minute plank challenge is here. And just do your best. If you need to rest, do. But otherwise, just try a minute. Good. Energize your knees. And you have strong thoughts now. You can even have a mantra. I feel good. I feel strong. I like the way my body feels when it's getting stronger. I like knowing I have some agency over my strength. Whatever it is, strong thoughts. They drown out the other ones. Keep going. You're doing great. You're doing wonderful. Stick with it. Good. Keep going. Try 10 more seconds. You're doing great. Hang in there. Breathe in. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, recover. We're gonna do 1 30-second plank on the right, 1 30-second on the left. So give yourself a full breath, get ready, and go. 30 seconds. You're doing great. We'll have to look up the plank Guinness Book of World Records. I know a grandmother just made a record. I'll have to look up what it was. It was hours though. So that's 10, 15. Hang in there, we're only doing 30. This will feel easy breezy compared. 20, good. 25, breathe in, and get ready. 30, and then let's even you out on the other side and do 30. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. That's it. Feel your obliques. Good. 10. Calm breath. Strong. We're already at 15, so we're already halfway there. We're already at 20. 25. Breathe in, inhale, and then exhale to lower. Nice job. Good job. Grab a sip. We're going to grab some hand weights and Dynabands. So on the hand weights, we're going to start with the chest press. You can always do a push-up like we did earlier, but if you have heavier hand weights, that would be great. So probably anywhere from 5 to 15. I would say 5 should be your least unless you're dealing with an injury. But remember, you can always do push-ups. Bye, Polly. Thank you. Have a good day. Good job, girl. All right, feet are down and exhale your arms up and then bend. And then exhale your arms up and bend. So what we're doing is putting the feet on the floor to keep the ribs connected to the mat. Inhale. Up. Up. Good. And we're all built a little differently, but you might start with the humerus at about 45 degrees. You may have old injuries you're working around, so, you know, find a place that's good. Your wrists want to feel solid. Let's try 10 more. Good. You want to feel like your abs pull in a little bit. You're not holding your breath, doing a Valsalva maneuver, straining on the breath. Try 5 more. Now on the last one, I'm just going to make sure they're safely out of the way. Take a full body stretch through your fingers, through your toes. Stretch through your back. We're going to take either the same weights or just barely lightly lower and go out like a hug. So walk the feet on the floor again. You're going to be opening your arms out like you're hugging a sequoia tree, a big redwood. So press both ends of the weights, just lightly kiss or touch, and then open and close and inhale and open and close and inhale and exhale. So this one's another one where you're just solid in your wrist. It's like you're a rounded arm. So the wrists aren't yanking backwards. You've got some tone in there. Breathe in. Good. This is an exhale to help push the weights together. Notice that your feet on the floor helps you keep the ribs down on this one too. If your head's uncomfortable, your neck's uncomfortable, get a little pillow or fold up the mat. 9 more if you can. It's very okay to grab a lighter weight if you need to, or change the angle. Hi, Astrid. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lower the weights down safely beside. Again, take a full body stretch. Reach your fingers, reach your toes. Breathe in. And then exhale to come up. Now, if you can grab a sip. And we're going to stand up without using our hands. So grab a sip. We try to get 8 to 12 ounces in a class. So I'm going to move these weights just to make it safe. Make sure your area is safe. And then we're going to be standing up without using our hands. So if you can do it, step up without using your hands on your legs. Open up like a letter T. Now this will probably be somewhere between 3 and 8 pounds, 3 and 10 pounds. So it's a longer lever, so it'll be lighter than that chest press. And check your neck. It's like a little softness. 3. Good. And what we'll do is pretend that we're going through water on the way down. In other words, we're just slowing it down. Good. Good. Wrists are solid. In through the nose. Good. Your neck wants to feel easy. Your shoulders are working, your grip's working, but not your neck. Your hands are in your peripheral vision, not drifting behind you. Yeah, resist a little bit if you like that. It's a nice way to work the eccentric or negative. Good. All right, we're going to do 5 more here. Knees are soft, especially if you're a hyperextender and you tend to backwards block the knees. Just put a little marshmallow in there. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. You're doing great. 1 more. And then I'm going to get these out of the foot's path so that we're safe when we stretch. And take a half moon. So one ankle crosses, I'll say right, and then right arm goes over. Now we're going to rotate down a little bit. Rotate up a little bit. So you've got obliques and your back stretching. Go inhale up. You can already feel how that's more spacious. Go to the other side, ankle, and over. Reach through your fingers. Rotate down. It'll feel like more rear deltoid. Back, rotate up. Breathe into your rib cage. Oh, that one feels good today. And then get ready. It's like you're lifting over a fence, and then just shake it out. Grab a sip and we'll do a overhead press. Now, overhead press is also called military press. Yep. So you're going to feel like you are pushing something overhead. So set up your feet, you're underneath your hips, your knees are soft. You're going to push up. So 3 to 10 pounds maybe. Good, and up. When you lift up, you'll feel like your back wants to arch just because of the lats, usually a little restriction in the lats. So see if you can pull the ribs down with your abs. Neck soft. Good. Breath full. Good. You can also do these seated if you need a little bit more support, seated military press. Good. You got it. Elbows getting long. Good. I'm going to make myself go slower on the way down. That's the thing I'll forget sometimes. So 14. Good. 15. Feel how your abs help you just a little bit. 16, 17, 18, 19, 1 more, 20. Now lower that down. You did great. We're going to interlace the fingers at the low back, and we're going to add in a one-legged balance pose. So this is the first part, and then if you can add on, put a foot on the calf. If you want to put it on the inner thigh for a little higher, hold. 10, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing 2 things at once. Breathe in, and then lower that. Good. Let's do the other one. So I'm going to grab my foot first on this one because I know I want it higher. And then interlace the fingers. At the low back, lift the arms away from your hips without poking the head forward. So shoulder stretch. 10, 2, 3, 4. You got it. 5, 6, 7. It's going well, Betty. 8, 9. Inhale. And then 10. That was good. This is knocking on the door of life. This is a great little calmer of the nervous system between the right and left side of the brain. It's a Qigong move. Just release any tension, like your arms are loose sleeves in the wind on a clothesline. If anybody remembers those. 3, 2, and then 1. Now we're going to do a front raise, so it may be a little bit lighter here. Long lever forward. So I'd say somewhere between 3 and 10. And you may change weights, so that's probably what I'll do. I'm going to start a little heavier and then change weights. So feet soft. So go forward with both arms. Another little trick is if you don't have any different hand weights, you can just do right, left, right, left. Good. Good. And notice how your body would fall back if you weren't paying attention. Good. Neck soft. Good, and you see I'm trying to slow it down now. Good. Now, this one's going to be 10. I'm going to grab a different weight. Another trick I could do is 1 at a time. Whatever you need to do, if you have already picked a good weight that you can still maintain 2, just keep 2. But I just want to show how you can change it up. The main thing is you want to stress your muscles. That word I don't mean in a bad way. I just mean to stimulate them to grow when you're giving them something more than they're used to. And especially with now Everything's so automated. You pretty much have to go after your arms and do the exercises. Do something to stimulate bone density. 2, good, fight, 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 gravity. You're doing great. And exhale. Nice job. Let those down safely out of the way. Good job. I'm gonna have us do prayer pose behind if you can. If that's not a thing, just take the prayer pose in front. And we'll do 3 circles each way, which is called dynamic balance. So you're gonna try to keep your foot off the ground. Now 3 the other way. It's a possibly I may have done 4, that's okay. And then keep your hands stretched and do the other side. So this is called dynamic balance. Your feet, your glutes have to figure it out and then go the other way. Bigger circle if you can. You did great. Nice. Really good. All right, we are going to do a bent over row. So you're gonna need a heavier weight and you're gonna do a 1-arm pull that looks like this. So it's a heavier weight. So if you can, 8 to 15, somewhere in there, 8 to 12. 5 would be the lowest, or 5, you know, that'll do. Bend your elbow like you're starting a lawnmower. And notice how I have my back long. I'm not rounded like a tortoise. I'm gonna turn to you. One leg's forward, Betty, and kickstand that back leg, put energy in it. Yes, kickstand it, you got it. That's it. 9, good. And then 10, we're doing 10 more. You have a lengthen your spine so you're not rounded. So you're hinged forward in a diagonal, but you're not a turtle in the back. Good. 3, 2. Now, when we switch, we're going to take a stand so that our back gets a little bit of a break, then kickstand the other leg back, switch your hand. So you just have a little support. I'm going to turn to you. Good. 3, that's it. 4, good. And I'm looking at you. You're probably going to tilt and look down so that your neck feels like it's in neutral. There's no big creases in it. There's no big extensions or flexions. Good. And you're not turning your body. This is called anti-rotational. Your body's stable, so you're activating your core and your brain connection, neural connection, to maintain a neutral torso. Good. That looks good. Energize your back leg a little bit more. 5. Yep, you got it. You have an image of a kickstand on a bike. That works. 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to do triceps. So first, let's shake this out. So do a little sway, and we're going to do a tricep press. Overhead tricep press can be 2 weights or 1 heavier weight. Grab a sip. Let's keep going with that drink, huh? So grab a couple of weights, like let's say 2 5s or 2 4s, or 1 heavy one, like a 12, and then put them or it behind you. And this one has a nickname of shave the back of the head. I can actually feel the weights hitting my ponytail. That's how close it is to your head, but you don't want to hit your head. Lengthen. Let me stand back so you can see my arms. And lengthen. Now, if you have any shoulder issues, you might prefer a wider stance, or just a bent over tricep press, or wall push-ups with the elbows close. And we'll add that breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Let's do 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, carefully, carefully, carefully lower those weights down. Nice job. We're going to add a tricep press plus a lean. So hold your hand on your elbow and lean. Breathe in. Grab your hand on your elbow and then lean. And then come back. Now, I'm going to have us do 1 set of bicep curls. You can choose, do you want them hammer or supinated? Hammer or supinated. So you can choose anywhere between 5 and 10 or 12 or somewhere in there, or mix it up and bend your elbows And just pretend you're at the farmer's market getting some good groceries, good produce, spaghetti squashes and such. 4, 5. So I'm showing a supinated, but if you needed, you could also do a hammer and get that brachioradialis in there. You could mix it up if you want. So just make sure, you know, your joints are protected, whatever you need to do. Neck is soft. You'll see me shake my head sometimes just to make sure I'm not in that trap, upper trap. I like how no one is hyperextending their elbows on this part. All right, let's do 7 more. So 6, that a girl. Nice, Betty. 5, 4, 3, good. I like all these for grip strength too. We know that's associated with longevity. All right, let that down, let those down. And then we're gonna be going down. Try not to use your hands when you go down, and you can grab a sip. We're gonna do a back row. Take your band or bands around your heel arch. So I've got a purple one, it's a heavy. You could do a heavy, or let me show you 2. You could also take 2. And then you're going to cross the rope like an X. Hold on to the tubing part, not the handle. Pull your elbows past your ribs. Pull your elbows. Let me turn to you. All right, okay. We've got correct toes in. So pull your elbows past your ribs. If you can take another cue, you can spread out your toes and open up those feet. Pull. And as soon as you start pulling, your arms that long, you want to feel tension. So you might walk your hands more forward, Betty, so that you can actually lengthen them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you want to feel like your arms can go long, and as soon as you start bending the elbow, you've got some tension. Good. So you're not just strengthening at the end range of motion, but the whole thing. Now we're going to add on. So let's take 5 more. 4. Good. Notice how your neck's not involved. 3. It's just keeping your spine upright. Your head is balanced on that neck. Now we're going to add a rotation. So pull, 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 and turn. Pull and turn. Good. And you can even supinate your hand, which means you're going to pull your palm in a face-up position every time you rotate. And turn. And turn. And turn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to get rid of that for just a moment and take the rack posture, go up and back, and go up and back. Now lift your heart, soften your elbows, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And now grab a band. For me, it's like a medium heavy, a band that lets you go out to a lateral or a lateral posterior fly. So it's going to look like this. So find a weight or a band, medium probably, because this is a longer lever. It's going out. Neck soft. Good. And if you just have one band, you can always just grab more or grab less. That's the easier way to do it. I like to have lots of different bands for these exercises. All right, so you're tall, your arms are wide, but they're lower than shoulders. Good. Long arms. So you have a softness. It's almost like you're hugging a tree backwards, or you're doing a reverse hug. You have softness to your arms, so it's like a circle. All right. Neck is soft, and do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to let that go for a minute. Whoa, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. They want some blood flow, right? Cross your band like an X. This is really rehabby, prehabby. So your elbows are glued, your arms are open. So your elbows are glued as if you have a piece of paper underneath your arm that you got to hold on to against your rib. Good. And then you're tall. Yeah. Open. Now, if you have a lighter weight, you can maybe do a little more range of motion. Good. But you don't want it so heavy that you have to get in your neck or change your body, contort it to make it happen. Both arms. So I'm trying to see, is my right arm as strong as my left? Is your dominant arm opening up as much as your left? And not by your wrist cocking backwards, but by your humerus externally rotating. All right, I'm gonna sit up better. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, sometimes the dominant arm isn't as strong in this because it's internally rotated so much. Okay, now open up the bands. I'm gonna demonstrate how I'm gonna add flexion. So Betty, you might wanna just stay upright because if you have osteoporosis, stay upright. But if you do not, and you wanna add a little ab crunch, you can slightly point your toes so the band doesn't come off and hit you in the face. So I'm slightly pointing my toes down. I'm catching the band at the bottom. I'm in a bicep curl. I'm also in an ab crunch. Good, exhale. Exhale, good. Make it work for you. You might have a medium band here, or you might have to grab more band or take 2, whatever you need to do. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We worked our abs earlier. 10, as is evidenced by the fatigue that set in on that one. Now this is a low lat pull. So your arms are like a V, kind of close to the ground. Spread out those toes if you can add it. I've got the band around the heel arch. And it's okay to have your toes forward of your heels so the band doesn't come off your feet. Pull. Now you remember that eccentric negative contraction. We try to resist the return. Resist the return. Good. So if it's not heavy enough, just grab more band. Neck soft. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Now, grab a sip. We're going to stand up without using our hands. And I'm going to sneak in a deltoid. So stand on your band. Go out. Yeah. Neck soft. This is also called anti-rotational because it would be tempting for my body to shift if I weren't integrated. So you want to stay in the same body position, which for me, I feel that little oblique. Good. 8. You can always grab more band, step on it more if you need more intensity. Now, I want to do 5 more because I just want to make sure we hit both of them and a couple other muscles. So make them 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now, the other side, 15. So you're going to try to find a Dynaband length that gets you some fatigue. So go out. Good. 2. You might have a light to medium here because of this long lever. You have some ab tone. Your hips are evenly weighted, not shifting out. And then the other one, heels on. Now, we're going to go forward on this. So front raise, anti-rotational, which means your body's going to try to turn, but you're not going to let it. Good. Next up, next easy. Feel how your body would lean back if you weren't paying attention. 5 more. $15 on the other arm. Good. Way to boogie with me. We'll take our break after class, right? So we're just going to be efficient. Forward, neck soft. Try to get these muscles some stimulus. Good. That looked good. Good. Feel how your body would turn if you weren't paying attention. So that's really nice that you're keeping it together. Forward, equidistant. 14. Woo! Okay, we got to sneak it in. Let's do a few triceps. Ready? So take one hand behind, grab your other hand, and push. Oh, I need a heavier band. That one's a little light. So one hand behind you. Now we're just going to do 15. So make it to where you feel like, okay, that'll fatigue me. Good. Good. Try 10 more. The bottom hand is just still. Now 15 on the other side. So I'm just gonna switch my hands. I'm gonna try not to contort my torso. And push, grab some here, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you're doing great. 12, we're hitting the muscle groups. 13, and awesome. Now, we're gonna take our hands like a letter Y. Go up and back. This is a stretch, not a resistance. So you don't wanna feel like you're working your muscles in strengthening. You wanna feel like you're working the mobility. Wrists are solid, so they're not getting yanked backwards. Neck is soft. Now you can feel a few places that are really pertinent. This is a Y roughly, so there's no wrong way. I want you to just find a position up here that feels good. Now breathe, hold, make sure your wrists feel good. They should not be cocked backwards. Now maybe an inch or 2 lower. There's no wrong way. Just find an angle that feels good. I'll show you from the side. You can see it's like I've walked through a doorway and my hands are on the door jamb. Let's do another inch or so. This is so good for posture. Your pecs, your pec major, chest muscles have 3 attachments. That's why it's really good to get different angles on them, and then they don't draw our arms forward. So this is a posture that helps the posture. This is a stretch that helps posture. Let's do another inch. Breathe in. Nice. Let that go. Release that. Let's give our hands another bit of attention. Other way. Good. And then just open up. We're going to take 3 humongous breaths. When your arms are overhead, it's a little easier to get a fuller breath. So take advantage. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. This is our moment to not have anything to do, to have the mind in clarity. Go up. And then we're going to take a moment to check in with our posture. So with ideal posture, you have 4 corners of alignment on your feet like tires on a car, right and left side of the heel. Ball of the foot and pinky foot are both equally weighted. If you're too far forward, your toes are crampy. If you're too far back, you'll feel that. So try to find 25% on all corners. Knees are long but soft. Your hips are neither spilling water forward nor spilling water back. So you want to find where the pelvic rim is parallel to the floor. If it were a bucket, it wouldn't spill water either way. So knees soft. The ribs are over that. They're not shifted to the side. They're not poking forward. They're over. So for me, that means a little bit, like 5% ab tone right here and here, not death gripping the glutes. Then the shoulders are down, arms open. The head is over the spine so that the ear is in line with the shoulder from the side. It should feel like your head is lighter because your head's aligned. If it's forward, it has about 13 pounds extra pressure. So we're withdrawing that. And then with all those verbal cues, now just try to feel that clarity and that sense of ease and that little lift in your heart. Take a moment to clear your mind. It is reducing inflammation just to have a clear mind. And we'll take an intention to feel this level of wellness and high vibration the rest of the day. Anytime you feel yourself wobble from it, you can take a few breaths and remember this feeling and reclaim that natural high vibration that is yours with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much.